Previously on the UFTA Files.
Almost as soon as the first white settlers started arriving in this territory, they started looking at the sky and wondering what they were seeing. The old papers are full of reports of weird celestial phenomena, as they often termed it, ranging from extraordinarily vivid aurora borealis to the strange atmospheric effects that Minnesota's frigid winter weather can sometimes produce. Like the morning settlers were startled by the specter of no fewer than 4 suns. The real one, flanked by 2 sets of mock suns, otherwise known as sundogs, caused by sunlight reflecting off ice crystals in the atmosphere. It's cold here, you know. A particularly bizarre meteorological event was reported by the Afton, Minnesota Telegraph on May 18, 1855. During a heavy thunderstorm, the paper related, in all directions the atmosphere was filled with illuminated balls resembling fire, which floated through the air only a short distance above the earth. They varied in size from that of a man's double fist to that of a marble. They were not extinguished by the heavy rain, but were brightest and most numerous when the storm was the severest. Their appearance in the black midnight is represented to have been exceedingly beautiful. We presume they were electrical balls, but how generated or occasioned we do not pretend to explain. Holy electrical balls, that's different. The earliest newspapers in Minnesota often printed stories of meteoric phenomena, like the following item from the January 8, 1880 St. Paul Globe. A meteoric display. Very many of the Minnesota local papers, embracing a wide area of country, speak of a recent bright particular light in the sky, an uncommon enlarged flash of lightning with no following report, or a brilliant, dazzling meteorolite. The Alexandria Douglas County Post of January 2nd speaks of the unusual manifestation as follows. About 6 o'clock, or shortly thereafter, on Tuesday morning, an unusual meteoric display of great brilliancy occurred. Those who were out and saw it say that there came first a bright flash like lightning, fairly dazzling in brightness, and in the southeastern heavens, about 30 degrees above the horizon, there appeared a blaze of light about the diameter of the full moon and 3 times as long, which remained stationary for several seconds, lighting up everything around. Then a long stream of fire issued from each end. An explosion of the whole body followed, particles flying to some distance from the central blaze. Then the light slowly faded into a mass of bluish, smoky vapor and finally disappeared. Many who saw it were seriously frightened, and all were greatly startled. A perfectly natural meteor sighting, except for that remain stationary for several seconds bit. Scoffers and naysayers were already a thing back then, as shown by the snarky response of the St. Cloud Democrat to an article that appeared in the Winona Republican. Papers made no bones about their political affiliations in those days. On February 23, 1865, the Winona paper had reported, "A gentleman informs us that he saw another brilliant meteor on Thursday evening. It was observed in the western part of the heavens, moving slowly toward the north, where it sank below the horizon. At times it appeared about as large and luminous as the full moon, and anon it would flicker and diminish in size like a burning candle subjected to the action of the wind." To which the St. Cloud paper sniped, "Can you inform us whether or not the aforesaid gentleman saw this brilliant meteor while on his way home from a champagne supper, and whether he made his observations through the bottom of a tumbler or with the naked eye?" Jeez Louise. Okay, those reports were probably representing perfectly natural phenomena. But how about this one from the Freeborn County Standard of November 22nd, 1866?
About 9:30 Saturday night, a remarkable phenomenon was observed in the sky. A luminous body of great size drifted slowly across the firmament in a southeasterly direction. It had the appearance of illuminated mist and was about the size of a large balloon.
Could it be that these unexplained anomalies of the olden days represented the burgeoning interest of alien visitors keeping watch over the transformation of Minnesota's prairies and woodlands into urban spaces? According to 19th century New York phenomena investigators, it's likely.
Next time on The Oofda Files.